Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. Today we're going to talk about this crazy Twitter drama that happened today regarding the Tall Man in Dead by Daylight. The Tall Man is a character that comes from the PHANTASM franchise. Today, Behavior released a design preview for the Skull Merchant, and this featured a power rework for the Skull Merchant in DBD. And this reworked power showed that the Skull Merchant's drones would now be able to actually attack survivors and deal damage. Polyester responded to this and said, hey, can we get a Tall Man legendary skin from PHANTASM for the Skull Merchant, and Sentinel spheres for the drones if the Skull Merchant's rework goes through? Because pretty much how they're describing the new Skull Merchant's power with drones being able to attack and deal damage to survivors, that's pretty much the same way that the Tall Man attacks his victims in PHANTASM. And someone said kinda would want this as its own killer, and Poly said same, but I'd take what I can get. Well, actually the license holder for PHANTASM responded to this in quote tweets Polyester, quoted Polly's tweet and said, my DMs are open at Dead by Daylight, at Matthew Cote, and at Behavior. This is Don Coscarly, the person that Behavior would have to actually contact to get the Tall Man from PHANTASM into Dead by Daylight. So it's really interesting to see the license holders publicly speak this way about their license and saying that they want it in Dead by Daylight. Recall that on March 22nd, 2022, this same person, the license holder of the PHANTASM franchise and the Tall Man IP, said the most common question I get about PHANTASM is, when will there be a video game? What better time than now? To all my friends in the video game industry, DMs are open. So this was about 3 years ago. So it's really interesting to see that this person's pretty much confirming my DMs are still open, and in particular for the Tall Man in Dead by Daylight. Let me know if you'd want to see the Tall Man in Dead by Daylight as a playable character. Do you think the Tall Man would play better as a legendary skin on the Skull Merchant or as its own standalone killer? Or perhaps a legendary skin on a different killer? Either way, it's really interesting to see the license holders actually publicly tweet to Behavior Interactive in this way, showing their interest for their character in Dead by Daylight, and also probably further confirms that there's going to be no PHANTASM content in the near future for Dead by Daylight. Obviously, if there's something in the works, Don wouldn't have said anything publicly here about this. People are asking me which licenses do you think are most likely next in the game, and PHANTASM was always kind of a wild card because of this tweet right here from Don. Like, Behavior could have actually taken them up on this offer back in 2022, or obviously they could have reached out in the more recent past because Don has expressed interest in licensing the Tall Man into video games. So I was always kind of wondering in the back of my head if this was possibly upcoming content in the game. So this is really cool to see, but also pretty much a confirmation that the Tall Man is not in the works over at Behavior Interactive for DBD. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of this. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. That does it for this video. Goodbye.